Welcome to Chianti country, the vineyards between Florence and Siena, Italy's oldest protected wine region. The Chianti vineyard is nestled in picturesque surroundings. Vintner Leon Femfert took it over from his German father. He grows the local Sangiovese grape and explains what makes Chianti Classico so special.
One reason why Chianti Classico is such an outstanding wine-growing region is because the Etruscans were already producing wine here over 3,000 years ago. So there's a long-standing tradition. Wine growing was intensified in the Middle Ages, so we have a lot of expertise when it comes to growing the Sangiovese grape and turning it into fantastic storable wines.
300 years ago, in 1716, Cosimo III de' Medici, Grand Duke of Tuscany, issued an edict delineating the boundaries that would eventually become the heart of the Chianti Classico region. Leon Femfert is busy with this year's vintage. The grapes are being crushed with their skins.
I'm crushing the skin into the juice because the juice itself doesn't have much color, so this way it absorbs the color and the taste of the skin.
This process leaves him with what's called must. After a few weeks, its flavor starts to become fruitier and more intense. It's left to ferment in oak barrels for 1 to 2 years. To earn the Chianti Classico label, it has to contain at least 80% Sangiovese grapes. The other 20% can come from other red grapes.
Here at the Chianti vineyard, we believe that the Sangiovese grape symbolizes Chianti Classico, the region and the tradition like no other grape. So our wine is always at least 90% Sangiovese, sometimes even 100%.
But these days, Chianti is struggling with something of an image problem. In the 1930s, growing demand led to an expansion of the wine-growing region. Consequently, bad quality wine gave Chianti a reputation as a cheap table wine. Vintners in the original Chianti region came together to establish the Chianti Classico label, with its now iconic black rooster seal. Sergio Gingarelli is the current president of the Chianti Classico Association and one of the main local vintners. He produces over 1 million bottles of Chianti Classico at his vineyard Rocco della Maci every year. The association is determined to battle Chianti's tarnished image and to re-establish it as a quality product. That includes a new logo.
The new rooster looks more imposing, more powerful, and it sings. We have wonderful vineyards, superb wines. We're passionate about what we do, and we've really invested in quality. Chianti Classico now has a much better reputation than it used to.
Back at the Chianti vineyard. Some winemakers buy grapes from other vineyards, but not Leon Femfert. He's upholding the family tradition and exclusively uses grapes grown in his own vineyard, as it's the only way quality can be guaranteed.
Smaller producers do everything by hand, in the vineyards and the cellars. That's something that consumers should be more aware of. It's information that should be on the label. I'd like to see that happen.
There's a striking number of sculptures scattered around the Chianti vineyard. The estate used to belong to Renaissance artist Michelangelo. Leon Femfert's father was an art dealer from Frankfurt. This link between wine and art captured his imagination, and in 1981 he bought the estate and began making wine. He invited a range of international artists to design labels for his bottles, including Günter Grass, Dario Fo, and Yoko Ono.
The idea is that the label expresses in some way the essence of the wine. Afterwards, we invite the artists here and give them 120 bottles with the label they designed. The only one who didn't want the wine was Yoko Ono. Apparently she doesn't drink it, so we gave her 120 bottles of olive oil instead.
80% of Chianti Classico produced here in Tuscany is exported around the world. Leon Femfert sells most of his wine abroad, including the 2014 vintage, his latest wine, which is now retailing.